Let's get in a queue on how all these currencies would be trading when the New York session, when you do get that stress results out at 9:30 India time. For that, we would go across to Manish Saraf. He is the head of Treasuries at Dhanlaxmi Bank, and he joins us in our Mumbai studios right now. Manish, hi, welcome to the show. There's one thing that everybody talking about today is the European stress test result. We have seen a lot of jitteriness, cautious happen in most of those currencies. Let's start with Euro. We have seen 1.30 happening thrice over in last 1 week. Today, of course, it has seen a bit of profit taking. But what are you reading into the stress test results now?
Good afternoon, Manisha. Great to be back here again. I think the stress test is, as you rightly mentioned, the key factor that everybody is looking out for. And the view in the market and our own view is that the stress test result is not going to be as bad as people fear it to be. We expect maybe 90 to 95% of the banks to pass the test. Of course, with the backing of some of the sovereign or bailout fund which has been created. Should this be the case, we actually expect the euro to test 130 again and maybe breach that.
Okay, so are you looking at buying at these current levels? 1.2950 is where euro is holding at this point in time. Would you be strong enough, courageous enough to buy it at these levels, or would you want to wait for the test to come out in the evening?
It would actually make sense to buy it at this level with a tight stop loss, because when the announcement happens, the euro is going to shoot up fast.
And do you feel that it would sustain at those levels, Manish, or do you think you might again see some profit taking happen at those levels? And what is the range you're working with for the coming week now?
We're looking at about 1.31, 1.3150 to be tested. There would be some element of profit taking, but what is also likely to happen is that a lot of stop losses will get triggered, and hence the move up will be quite sharp.
Yeah. Manish, with the kind of result you are expecting from the stress test today, what kind of an impact would that have on the dollar index then?
Obviously, it will lead to a weakening of the dollar index. We've already seen the dollar index come down to about 82.30 right now, if I'm not mistaken. And we are looking at a test of 81.70.
Sure. And how do you look at the Asian currencies? Because today has been a good day for most of them. Indian rupee, of course, was trading at 1 week highs. That has been the case with most of those Asian currencies. What kind of a reading are they doing?
I think they will track the dollar weakness, and the Asian currencies will strengthen. An additional factor in favor of the rupee is the fact that our own stock index is being stable above 18,000, and if it holds here, that's going to be positive for the rupee.
So would you be a buyer at these levels at 46.95, and what kind of a range do you see into that one for the coming week as well?
I think we should look at a lower side of about 46.70. That's a good support level. If that breaks, then we're looking at 46.50. On the upside, I would keep a stop loss at around 47.10 levels.
Yeah. One last one before we let you go, Manish. Next week is the week for policy as well. What are your expectations from that one?
I think not very different from the market. 25 basis point is more or less, I think, a given on both the repo and the reverse repo. Not expecting anything on the CRR, but on the reverse repo, we might just see a 50 basis point hike.
Okay, I have a question on Japanese yen as well. That's on a 7-month high in the day today. I mean, that's been a currency that has continued to rise on the higher side on safe haven buying. Even as you have seen euro and dollar index decline, that's one currency that has continued on the higher side. How bullish are you on that one at these levels?
I think we've tested fairly low levels, but we still have some more strength remaining in the yen. I think the risk-taking appetite, given the good corporate results in the US, is leading people to move out of the US dollar and look at risk-taking assets.
Manish, even though the European stress test has stressed the currency as in euro, but the kind of data that we have seen come in sense of earnings from US and the German manufacturing data, all of that has been on the positive side. Do you think that would continue to support this single currency going ahead as well?
I think all these factors will actually lead to a lot more risk-taking, and that is what is going to lead to dollar weakness. The consequent result of that is where you see strength coming in the euro as well as other currencies.
Just one word on Asian currencies before we let you go. Finally, it's been the rupee that has been trading at a 1-week high, and we have been speaking to a lot of analyst currency guys, and they expect rupee to continue to lead the rise in Asian currencies. Do you have similar views?
I would agree with them. We were actually expecting the rupee to continue appreciating, and the decline of the last few days was a little surprising for us. So thankfully it's come back to the kind of trend that we are expecting it to take.
All right, Manish, let you go on to that one. So rupee, yes, could be a leader in Asian currencies rally there.